Okay, we're back. We've got one more video here for you. Again, one of my favorite teachers. Just love these different variety of videos. This one again is under 15 minutes, so hope you enjoy it.
Hello, friends. Today's class is all about opening up those grumpy hamstrings. The recommended props for this class are 2 blocks. Those blocks will be at the top of the mat, one on either side, a strap somewhere mid-mat that you can reach it when you lay down, and then the blanket, which can be really anywhere. And we'll begin in Shavasana. You can lay down, legs extend, arms wide, close the eyes. A couple of deep breaths to allow you to arrive. Feel the heaviness of the body, the length and support of the spine. And then keeping that really secure contact with your breath. On your next exhale, you'll bend the right knee into the chest. As the right knee comes in, tone the left leg, all 5 of the left toes up to the ceiling. Grab a hold of your strap. If you don't have a strap, you could use a towel or a sweatshirt or anything. Place the middle of the strap over the ball of the right foot and then extend the right leg up to the ceiling. Most important here is to have a long spine, shoulder blades rooting down to the ground. There's no strain on your grip on the strap. And then as straight of legs as possible. So if that means you lower the grip with the hands on the strap, that's totally fine. At the same time that you'll be pulling the right leg into the chest, you want to feel a little bit of a press of the heel of the right foot away. What that does is that kind of drags the stretch down towards the meaty part of the hamstrings and away from the attachment near your glutes. A few deep breaths here. Especially if this is challenging, just deepen the breath. Be exactly where you are. Make sure that the right foot is activated. All 5 of those right toes pulling down towards your belly. Good. On the exhale breath, we'll bend the right knee, release the strap, both knees into the chest. Keep the left knee in, stretch the right leg long. And then the middle of the strap over the ball of the left leg, left foot straight up to the ceiling. Flex both feet, particularly the left foot, especially the baby toe side of the foot. Let it come down towards the belly. Legs as straight as can be, and your spine is secure down towards the ground. You're feeling that dynamic pull of arms towards the chest and then a little push of your heel of the left foot away from the chest. And again, you should feel that subtle action pull the stretch further away from the glutes and closer towards that connection point of the 3 hamstrings. Wonderful. On your next exhale breath, rebend the left knee, release the strap to the side, both knees into the chest. Grab a hold back behind the knees. We'll rock a few times, trying to gather core strength rather than momentum. And when you're ready, crossing your ankles, planting your palms, and stepping back to down dog. In down dog, you can take a few moments just to pedal out the feet or any movement that feels right. If you're feeling any kind of pressure in your low back because of your tight hamstrings, bend your knees here. You'll bend the knees any amount and then retone the belly. Root your left heel down to the ground, even if the knee is bent. And on an inhale breath, stretch your right leg back and up. Square your hips off and then retouch the left heel in the direction of the earth so you're getting this little stretch on the back of the left leg. Exhale, right foot down. Root your right heel in the direction of the ground, even if it doesn't touch. Inhale, stretch the left leg back and up. Square the hips. As the left leg lifts, because the hamstrings are tight, the hips want to turn open. You keep them squared and keep rooting the standing leg heel so that you get the stretch. Exhale, left foot down. Send your gaze forward. Slowly walk to the top of the mat. Feet hip-width distance apart and parallel. Just like down dog, if you need to bend your knees here so that your low back is soft, please do so. On an inhale, take a halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step the left foot back, you're in right leg lunge. Lower gently your left knee down to the ground. And on an inhale breath, straighten out the right leg. As you're straightening out the right leg, the right hamstring will catch, so you get up onto your blocks. One hand over top either block. You want your left knee directly under your left hip and your right heel to be forward of the toes. So the toes are pulling back hard, just like when you were lying down. If you don't have blocks, you can always bend your right knee and place the hands down to the ground so that you still get the stretch, but you don't strain the spine. Good. And then we'll keep with this position on the forward leg, curl your back toes under, and straighten out the left leg. As you straighten, if you're starting to feel that rounding of the spine, you can lift the blocks up to the higher setting. In all of our hamstring stretches, we want to keep the spine in its natural curves. So thinking sitting bones wide, just like down dog, tailbone pushing back, heart pulling forward. Good. On your next exhale breath, we'll come back into lunge. Let go of the blocks and turn over the left shoulder for a wide-legged forward fold facing the left long side of the mat. Angle the toes slightly in of the heels here. You can either keep your hands down to the ground or you can place them onto the blocks if you feel like it's a strain to touch down to the ground. Any amount of bend into the knees. Good, then on an inhale, you'll place your hands right onto your hips, a soft bend into the knees, slowly with a long spine, come to standing tall. Keep your left foot right where it is and turn your right foot forward. Extend your arms to the horizon. Let your hips bump back to your left palm. Right arm stretches forward. Go as far forward as you can with the right hand. When you can't go any further forward, right hand goes down to the shin or to your block. So the block is helpful if you're putting a lot of weight onto the right hand. And then the left arm stretches up to the ceiling for triangle pose. Both arms roll back so that the chest is open. And then tone your right thigh. So when we're lengthening out one muscle group, here being the hamstrings, we want to tone the opposing muscle group so the quads get active. 2 more breaths. Exhale, root through your back heel. Inhale, slowly rise back up. Turn your right toes in, hands to the hips. Soften the knees and fold over. Release the hands down, come back to lunge facing the front of the mat. Left foot forward, feet hip-width distance apart and parallel. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, step the right foot back. You're in left leg lunge. Right knee down to the ground, shift back to half splits, straightening out the left leg. Hands can be to the blocks or to the floor if you're feeling like you can go there without a struggle. Pull the left toes back, square the hips off, and then stretch your glutes back. So the more expansive the back body is, the more you'll feel the stretch being pulled down towards the ankle. Okay, now keeping the left leg where it is, curl your back toes under, straighten out the right leg, square the hips forward, and again, any amount on the blocks, low, medium, or high setting. Keep pulling all 5 of the left toes back and keep toning your right thigh. On an exhale breath, rebend the left knee, release the blocks, turn over the right shoulder. Hands again can be to the floor, up onto your blocks. Soften the knees here, and then keep them soft. Bring the hands to the hips. We'll slowly come to standing tall. Turn your left toes forward. Right foot remains where it is. Extend the arms to the horizon. Bump the hips back. Stretch the left arm forward, and then left hand down to shin or block. Right arm up to the ceiling. Think again, toning through that left thigh, toning through the core, both upper arms rolling back. 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, root through your back heel. Inhale, slowly come up to standing tall. Turn the left toes in, hands to the hips. Soften the knees. Fold over the legs. Release the hands down. We'll turn back over the left shoulder to lunge. From lunge to down dog. Down dog should feel totally different. And then knees down to the ground. We'll cross the ankles, sit back. As you sit back, you might want to sit onto your blanket. Gives you a little bit more of a lift of the low back so that you don't feel like you're rounding. Extend the legs forward, big toes to touch. Inhale, the arms reach up over the head. On the exhale breath, you're hinging forward. As you hinge, if you start to feel a pull in the low back, bend your knees. And then you're reaching for shins, for toes, outer side or big toes, or you can take your strap to the balls of the feet. Think a long spine and then keep the long spine chin to the chest. On your next inhale breath, we'll slowly rise back up. Cross your ankles. Bring your hands right to your heart. Take 3 breaths here.
Hi. Hope you enjoyed this video. You have a great rest of your day. Namaste.